Namaskar. I'm going to continue the topic of loneliness. I have recorded already 2 videos trying to think about it and explore the topic. But still, the question about loneliness, or rather, people come and they express the anguish of being lonely. I meet it all the time. So I want to think more about it and possibly find out the solution, how to end the anguish of loneliness. It is the very fundamental need, the need to share our inner life with somebody else. This is really fundamental need. Of course, there are basic needs, like we need to eat, we need to sleep, we want to feel secure, and we have some sexual needs. So these are basic. But once those basic needs are satisfied, you feel kind of not happy, not unhappy, you feel maybe comfortable. But deep inside, you do not feel satisfied. Because deeper satisfaction comes from unity, comes from ability to share yourself, your inner world, your inner thoughts, your inner feelings with another person or persons. The more the better, the more the merrier. So, and now in 21st century, you look around, nobody is happy. Nobody is happy. Even the stars, even the rich people, it's all fake, you know. They pretend everybody has to look happy. But if you really ask, do you feel happy? Do you really feel happy? I think, I mean, honestly, not everyone can say that, yes, I feel joyful and I feel happy. This is not the case in the 21st century. And I wonder why. I think this ability to exchange, the ability to connect, comes from sharing. Not only sharing means our thoughts and feelings, but also physical sharing. Like we share the resources, we share food, we share difficulties, these kind of things. And in 21st century, first time in history, we are not poor anymore. I mean, it's all comparative, it's all relative. You can say, no, I am poor. But if you compare your life to a person of 2000 years before us, you live like a king. You have enough food every day, you are not starving. So we live in the world of abundance. And this is our problem. Somehow we didn't learn yet how to live in this world. We don't understand, but we have changed our behavior. If you go to the poorer countries, like, any kind of country which face the material, the physical, financial difficulties, you will find that people are poor, but they are happy. Interesting. It is a revelation. Like India, for example. It's the standard of living is less than in Europe or America, but happiness is more. And now India is developing very fast. So soon it's going to become also a affluent country. And then it will face the same problems. It will also have a depression. It will also have difficulties, just like the Western world. Because that poverty allows us to share things. I remember when I was growing in the village. I'm a village boy. So those days, 40 years ago, so my father would ask, hey, go to that uncle Nicholas and get the drill, no, the tool, some, because the entire village this is only one machine, only that Nicholas, Uncle Nicholas has that machine. Oh, go for that machine to that neighbor. So we go and, hey, my father is asking you to give this machine. Hey, when he is going to return? Oh, he said only for 3 days. Okay, after 3 days you have to bring it back. So there was really the sense of community. There was a sense of belonging. And if something happens, if something like marriage happens, we all are there. We all are rejoicing. If burial ceremony is going, we all are mourning there, the entire village. So those were the days. Now those days over because I have my own tools. I have my everything. I never ever need to go to the neighbors. I remember we were going like, hello, can we borrow some, matches for me or some salt? I don't have salt. And oh, do you have a little bit of oil in your house? I also need, I'm frying some potato. Give me some oil. So we would go to each other like this. Now it looks even strange, that you come and, hey, do you have some oil? Please give it to me. It's like, what kind of man are you? You cannot afford an oil, the cooking oil for yourself. So, and because of that, there is no interaction. I was thinking about it the other day. I was, I don't know, somehow there was a good meditation and my mood was very nice. Then I fried some potatoes. When I fried potato, I get high from my own potatoes. No? So I was in a very kind of, the heart opens and I feel like, a little bit kind of sentimental, sweet feelings. And then suddenly I saw the song from very dear friends of mine. I will tell you about them a little bit later. And I saw that song, and there was a song about love, and then I cried, and I felt so touched. Then I remembered those days, like several years back. We were living all together, we were trying to build a spiritual community. It is still there, it is existing, it is functioning. But we all moved. The children has grown. They were really like children to me. I have initiated them like 10 years ago. I taught them more than 10, I think 13 years ago. I taught them meditation. And then somehow they were attracted to me. And then we stayed together, we eat together, we shared everything with them. So practically, I don't have children as a monk, but practically they were my children. They were my children. So when I saw this song, I felt, and I remembered those days. I felt we felt such an unreal love. It was just like, it doesn't exist in the world. It was just like a parallel dimension. It was like in another planet, another universe. Such a sweet and powerful love to each other. Then I became sentimental, so I wrote, hello, I miss you, I love you. And then in return, I received one beautiful photograph of them with a heart. So I felt very much touched. And then I thought that really that was a special kind of happiness. And then I thought that how we have come to that. It is interesting. We were building, we were constructing. We came to the field, there was nothing, and out of nothing, we have made something. So we built several houses, and then we started to do spiritual programs, retreats, etc. But I remember one day how we lived. We were living in the tents, in a very kind of simple type of shed, really suffering physically. I remember first day I came out of that simple house, then I went to the forest, to toilet, with a shovel. And as I'm sitting, hundreds of mosquitoes are enjoying me. And that was like this every day, taking bath in the river, and then sleeping in a small house, 8 of us, just side by side, tak, 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 tak. And then very cold in the morning. So we were suffering. Everyone was really uncomfortable in that situation. But we can say, I remember one time I woke up on the top of the sauna, and then I had put some tent there. It was like a second floor of the sauna. I put some tent, and I was living in the tent. So I woke up, and I feel so cold. I come outside, and I see the grass is full of, what you call it, ice. You know, the dew have become ice. And I'm like, we are not going to survive the winter here. Okay, we should start construction of the house. Really solid house, because before we constructed, you know, the sauna, the meditation hall, the summer kitchen, all these things that needed for the retreats, you know, for the summer programs. But now how we are going to winter? And then I just drew by hand, you know, some sketch of the house. And then next day we started to build. In 1 month we built the house. We entered into that house. But of course there was lots of struggle, cold and all these things. But this is one thing. Pain, discomfort, is called tapa in Sanskrit. And when you suffer pain for the greater purpose, and we were really inspired by the great idea, we are building the place of spiritual awakening. We have no money, no nothing, but we are going to do it. And then with our faith, with our sparkle inside, we could awaken and we could inspire everyone actually to help us. And we built. So that tapa awakens spiritual energy inside. And I saw, like, I have one photograph. In that photograph, there is a backdrop of old car, and the 4 of my children are there, and are standing like this. Such a beautiful expression of love, of confidence, of courage, of effulgence. It's like superheroes. And I just look at, sometimes I really, I'm not joking. When my mood is not that high, a little bit less, I look at that photo, it's like looking at God. These people radiate the divine energy. And I mean, there were many communities, there were many experiments like this. But you see, this one particular case, we were really God-centered. It is all these projects has come out of love for divinity, out of love of God. Every one of us, we have that. I feel like my mission in life is to really serve the divine and to move towards the divine. So we all harbor those sentiments, and those sentiments makes our heart sweet. So all the difficulties, we can, of course, everybody is human being. So when you suffer day after day after day, it gets into your nerves. You become a little bit like, touchy. You become a little bit sensitive. Sometimes we argue with each other. Sometimes very tired. I don't want to do this. I will not do this. No, you have to do, because conflicts were there. But interesting thing that we were centered on the divine entity. And because, you see, like, this is the God, the divine, the consciousness, divine consciousness, and here we are. So the closer we come to divine, closer we come to each other. You see the geometry like this? You are here, I am there, and we all move into the common center. So we become very close. So one important thing I feel is that to share everything means the food. It's not like the common budget. We all, I mean, I cannot eat separately. I have to share my everything with everyone. So we share. Whatever is there, we share. And it is not enough. But you don't believe that. That not enough is the sweetest of all. Many times it happens. For example, I'm working the whole day, like I'm teaching people meditation, and I teach like, let's say, 30 people meditation in one go. So I'm going from morning, I'm sitting already 2 o'clock, already 3 o'clock. I have not changed the position. I am just like a machine. I am teaching. You know, people are waiting for me in the city when I come from Moscow to Moscow, for example. That's the situation. So I'm doing. I'm becoming very hungry. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I'm done. Okay, now I want to eat. But people are staying. So my organizers, they prepared food for me. Okay, Dada, you take food. Please, you stop your things. You take food. I say, okay, now I'm ready to take food. Now I want to I'm really hungry. And I know they have prepared some food for me. But maybe another 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people are there. And I'm like, I cannot eat while they are not eating. I know they are also hungry. They came from different cities, from around. So I'm like, okay, let's share. So we start to share. And then somebody also has an apple, somebody has something. Then we eat. You won't believe. Always enough. I finish whatever is there, and I feel like, oh, I'm satisfied. Really satisfied. It's some kind of magic. It's like Jesus Christ, no, with one bread, he feeds everybody. So it's like we share our food and we become good. Everybody becomes good. So with that sharing, you achieve a certain kind of happiness. That's one thing. Another sharing is share difficulties, share pain. Sharing pain is also very important. You are together through a very difficult times. And at the same time, the difficult times may turn person sour, may turn person bitter. But if you are meditating, if you are focused on the divine and take the suffering as a reward, take the suffering as a means to come closer to the divine, that suffering turns you sweet. So these proper attitudes and then suffering together, going through difficulties, going through penances together, in that times you grow very close to each other, very special. For example, like people in the military, they go to the military service. In my country, it is a compulsory thing. You have to go. Only 1 year or 2 years, but out of those 1 year, 2 years, friendships forged for the life. Because you grow very close. You have hard time. He has hard time. You both suffer. You grow close. I was in the monastery for 3 years, and a very tough time. First of all, the schedule is very tough. You don't have any personal time. You just always spiritual practice. If not spiritual practice, then reading, philosophy. If not that, then work. So there is no time for entertainment. There is no time for enjoyment. Nothing like that. Since then, I have some friends with me. I felt close with them during those time, and I felt was like in the last portion of my training, everything just becomes so sweet, so divinely sweet. We are overeating, it's sweet. we are not sleeping enough, it is sweet. We are laughing, it is sweet. And I just felt I love these people so much. That love, you cannot understand what is this love. It is such a love. It is a different planet. So another thing, sharing the resources, sharing the difficulties, and sharing bliss, the divine entity. Together you are meditating. A wife and husband, for example. That's one kind of unity. So wife and husband, if they share bliss together, means they meditate together. And they become high both at the same time. It's very important for their closeness. And in marriage, many times people have, let's say, they have children, they have, the common economy, they have sex, they have all these things, but they don't feel close. They do not feel close, really close. And therefore, they are not happy. So spiritual practice will help a lot, actually many families. You should share the blissful moments, share the poetry, share art, share music, share spirituality, high spirituality. And because at that moment, you reveal your inner sentiment, your inner self. And that at that revelation, another thing, share weakness. We carry big protection. Hypocrites all. We are. We are all hypocrites. There is one face here, there is another inside. And why we do like that? Because I am afraid that if I show my true face to the world is not going to respect me. The world is not going to love me. And I'm scared. I'm so scared. Because that's the most important. I don't care anything, other things I don't. But if the world stops to love me, if the world stops to respect me, it's terrifying. So that's why every person carries a certain image, certain mask behind which he is hiding. The real self is hiding behind the mask. And we feel, I know this is your mask, so I don't get to talk to you. I only talk to the mask of your beliefs of how the things should be. I don't talk to you, to real you. So how there can be some closeness? There cannot be any closeness. No attraction also. Nobody is attracted towards that mask. The truth is, nobody cares. Whatever pretense you put, it doesn't impress anybody. Maybe you get impressed, but nobody gets impressed for a long time. But if you open up, if you have courage to come out, to remove that mask and be yourself, then people feel, oh, this looks interesting, something alive, not dead, but something alive is there. So there is an attraction, there is a genuine attraction. We are all attracted to each other. But then we build walls, and walls, and walls, the fire walls, the big walls, the great walls, 1,000 kilometers long walls. And behind all those firewalls, there is even we don't know but there is some tender flower there. Adorable, beautiful, but we are afraid. So sharing weaknesses to allow other person to see what you are really, without pretenses, without the cosmetics, without the mask, is also very important. And then it's like, you see, like this you overcome the hypocrisy. Okay, what the hell? I try. If they love, it's good. If they don't love, it's good. If you take me as it is. my father, sometimes my mother used to scold him, and then to his justification he would say, you try to love me when I am black, because when I am white, everybody is going to love me. In the sense that means you love me in my dark hour, in my light hour, everybody is going to love me. So I remember from childhood. This is interesting. But that was a kind of funny, no? He was making a joke, no? In my dark hour, you love me, but because in the bright hour, everybody is going to love me. So like this is also very important. So I feel how to make people really happy. I feel everybody needs somebody very close. And today's world allow us not to have anybody. You know, before even family, no? Family was necessary because of economic reasons. I cannot survive without families. We unite the resources of two people to create a more sustainable economic unit. But now, it's okay. I can be alone. And all my physical needs I can anyhow fulfill. Why should I marry? There is no economic necessity. Even to talk, we don't need anymore to talk, because then we can chat. In the WhatsApp or in the Telegram, we can chat. We can, you know, in the social networks, if I don't like somebody, I just unfriend. Bye bye. So no need to go through difficulties together. Interesting world. Unhappy world. The world which builds the walls and not bridges. Very interesting. So one good thing is to go to the country where it is still pristine. The affluents have not come there. Learn from those people. Just see how happy they are, how natural they are, even amidst the suffering. Very important. Otherwise, with all our richness, with all our opulence, we're still unhappy. Another thing is to go to the event, spiritual event, a retreat, for example, or for some spiritual training for 1 month, 2 months, where you stay with a group of people and do spiritual practice together and share everything. Interesting thing our guru has said. He said that good people, in 1 square meter, you can accommodate many of them and they will be happy. And the person, the spoiled person, unhappy person, and he will be unhappy. Even you give him 1 hectare of land, he is still unhappy. And if you approach, he says, "Hey, don't come to my land." with the rifle, he is going to guard his territory. Interesting. But true happiness is not from that. True happiness is from closeness. I remember we did, there was a house, how many, I think, maybe 120 square meters, not big house. 150 maybe. Two floors, each floor like 70 square meters, like this. There is a kitchen, there is some rooms. Guess how many people we gathered in that house? 70 people. 70 people. And we were doing what? We were doing 5 days Akhanda Kirtan. Means 5 days singing mantra, non-stop. And the situation was like this, and it was like a shift, you have to be there in your shift. Like from 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the night, you have to be there. Other times you do whatever you like. And then the next shift is like from 3 to 6. Like this, in shifts it is arranged. And then your group has to be there. So, okay, you come out from your shift, you want to sleep, for example, but there is no space. There is person. And then you look for someone whose shift it is now. So you wake the person up, hey, it's your time, your shift. Then he goes, and then you occupy his space. And then the person comes back, already the space is occupied. So he has to do the same again. Oh, it is your shift now, go. You cannot imagine how beautiful, magic, and sweet was it. Human being is the closest resemblance of God that exists on this earth. I mean, nature is beautiful. Look, this tree is so beautiful. This grass is so beautiful. Everywhere God is reflected. The beauty of divine is reflected everywhere. There is no need to prove anything. It's just everywhere. You look, the God is shining through everything. But human being is the divinity itself. The human being can be very nasty also. But human being can be incredibly sweet. If you come to the core, on the top there are so many, on the surface there are so many things, the traumas, the complexes, the pretenses, there's so many masks, etc. But in the core of yourself, there is sweetness. So you should choose the right strategy in your life. Either you go with a comfortable life, individualistic life, materialistic life, and going to end up unhappy person, lonely person. You see the stars, the Hollywood or Bollywood, doesn't matter, India or America. Are they happy? They are not. They are not happy. The thing is that the prosperity, the material's prosperity is not giving you any happiness. Or you take the right strategy. The right strategy. Number one, know the divine. Know yourself. Go inside yourself. Meditate. Find inner happiness. Find inner sweetness. Number two, share. Share everything with your people around. Go with that strategy. Go into some program where the sharing is like really what is going to happen, no? All the resources, all the difficulties, everything. Bond yourself with somebody, with someone. Feel connection. Feel love. Feel the nectar. That is the right strategy. Find people in your life who is going to love you, no matter what, will believe in you, no matter what. Real. If you are in your family, focus on the divine there also. Meditate together. Grow together. Support each other. Share the subtle things. The poetry, the art, inner, deeper feelings. Open up to each other. Share your difficulties. Share your weaknesses. But bond. Create that love. You will never regret. I tell you, the most beautiful thing in life is love. in love, in life. Love. Love. The sweetest thing. Has nothing to do with the physical. Love is not about that. It has nothing to do with attachment also. Sometimes we get used to people. We get accustomed to people. It's not love. Love is more than that. Love is this connection. Connection. And some people, they say, oh, Dada, you're so lucky. Yes, I am lucky. I don't deny, I'm lucky. Because it is luck that I am in this role and I'm in this path. I'm doing sadhana, I'm doing spiritual. It is a luck. Because so many people, they didn't get that knowledge. They didn't get the chance. But it's also not only luck. It is also my labor, my hard work, my ideology, my ideals. And because of that, I got to enjoy the sweetest things of life. Love. Love of God. How sweet is that? When you work for Him, you do for Him. You are His media. You are His tool. You are His voice. You are His hands. You are His legs. His eyes. How beautiful is that? So, don't go into the path of destruction. The path of destruction is the materialism, individualism. There is, in the end, there is only darkness, gloom. I am unhappy, depression. There is nothing there. It's a dead end. Come out of there. Run towards the light. That's the only way for human being to be happy. And if, as I retell you the story, that I was feeling very lonely, I was separated from these beautiful friends of mine. Suddenly I bonded with people. And then, because of my turn of fate, I'm in another place completely alone. And I'm bleeding. It's like, like my hands and legs are cut, and I'm like, I'm suffering. And then, in one day, I was singing Bhavanam Kevalam, and I felt, really felt. It's almost not like felt, it's almost like saw, but not with my eyes, but with my everything, with my intuition. I just thought that God is with me, inside me, and outside me, and everywhere. And He loves me. Whatever she, it doesn't matter. It's, my Guru has said, God is not she. No, God is not Miss. Neither He is a Mister. It is a mystery. So that I felt so vividly and so intoxicatingly sweet. And then I felt I can never ever be lonely in my life. Now I am truly self-contained. But you don't become egoistic. You don't become isolated. You open. You can afford to open. You're not afraid. Rainer Maria Rilke, he says, God, break me open, because when I am closed, I am false. Enough of those falsehoods. Open. Open for love, for light. So this is my message to the world of 21st century, that we should change our path. We are brainwashed, misguided by the materialistic, very wrong, defective ideology of consumerism, materialism, and individual happiness. It's not working. Look around. It's not working. ask around. If people are brave enough to tell you the truth, you will find out nobody is happy. Only few strange people who are doing some strange things, they are a little bit happy. And it is a combination, not only meditation, but being with people, working for the serving also. When I live for the welfare of others, I have a mission in my life to help as many and to love as many as I can. Do you think you can be unhappy in that situation? To love as many and do the good things. This is the real worthy things. Other things are not worthy because they are not bringing you happiness. These things are giving you happiness. Other things don't. Wake up. Stop delude yourself. Wake up and go on the proper path which will bring you to the final happiness. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think in the comments. Or maybe you don't disagree with me. Maybe you think that materialistic life is good enough. Or tell me what you think. Yeah, namaskar. And share this video if you feel that somebody needs to be awakened. Share it. This is the first act of kindness. Share it. Share it. Don't be afraid. Just go. Put it. You know how much satisfaction I feel when I see this person out of his egg. It hatched. He was like this, with the complexes, with the traumas. And because not only I, but so many people believed in that person and nurtured that person, now this person shines. Do you know how much satisfaction is that? I know, I think you know, because the children, sometimes when your children shine, you feel like, oh yeah, really, my life was, worthy to live. So like this, maybe you share, and maybe somebody is going to awaken, and you feel like, yeah, I touched that person. I touched, just like, there is some magical movement of some stones, and then bam, and then the stones goes in that direction. So by your action, by your small action, and the person, he was going there, now he's going there. He was going towards the darkness, and now he's going towards the light. Don't you think it's beautiful? I think it is. That is why, actually. That is the only reason why I am recording these videos and sharing my feelings, sharing my life, whatever I think and whatever I learned from spirituality. This is the only reason. To go towards the light for everyone. And beautiful world. You see, the world of happy people. 7 billion of people. Imagine they're all awakened. And they're all in love. With life. With trees. With birds. With sky. With each other. And with divinity. It's not even ocean of bliss. It is a galaxy of bliss. Universe of bliss. Don't you feel we should try to bring this moment closer? This moment of awakening of humanity. Thank you very much. That was the second, sometimes you don't hit with first shoot, then the second shoot. Okay, namaskar.